bunch of zombies here, so it seems like we have the undead final area, which, while not being great for our poison magic, at least means a little bit easier in terms of the enemies we face. I forget what the big bad would be in this section. We already saw the ghouls upstairs, because the ghouls would make a certain amount of sense. Maybe more ghouls, I guess? Let's see, the shambling mangrove, resistant to poison and whatnot. If we can get them next to us, we're kind of in business. Radiate just does absolute wonders no matter how you cut it. Should also hang out in the water against this son of a gun. Never mind, I need... oh, deep water. Constrict this. And fantastic. Okay. Yeah, do you know what? That just kind of works. As, of course, we immediately go the opposite direction against the swamp rank, and everything doesn't do quite what we hoped and dreamed for. I also don't know why suddenly all of the attention on this level has come over this way. I thought we had a bit of a deal going with these sons of guns. Let's wait 100 turns and see what happens. Fortunately, Zot Clock not exactly in a contentious location right now. Don't have to worry too much about it. Do I fight off one ghoul? Let's see if I can hit it this time. That gives some indication as to what the best plan moving forward would be. I mean, we've done something at least. Don't know if I dare fight one of you, but I feel like I have to do some kind of damage here, otherwise we're going to be in a slightly lockstep situation. So let's bring you upstairs and hope... oh... you know, Irradiate was definitely supposed to do a bit more of the heavy lifting there. Let's try that again. Jeez Louise. What are you made out of, my friend? Well, then instead, have to be Wand of Acid. Oh gosh. This immediately got absolutely terrifying. Fear's not going to do it. Heal Wounds is not going to do it unless we get very lucky. Well, mistakes were made here to say the least. I probably should have started channeling magic earlier in this fight. I forgot that we now had that online. So let's see. Lignification gives us potion and some AC. In fact, if we do a quick investigation, 31 AC is actually pretty dang solid. I think that is the play here. Keeps us at the same amount of health, then drink a healing potion. Then any day now, the acid will work. Fantastic. Well, that was an experience for sure. Don't know if I'd come back again. Probably like 2 out of 5 stars if we're being honest. Bloated Husk, let's just try and kill you as soon as possible. Immune to most things, but not lightning, my friend. Probably should have thought that one through. And not too shabby. Did make a lot of noise, so I'm expecting some new friends, like this bunyip to show up. Oh, maybe won't notice me until I force their hand in that regard, but that is good enough for me. Little bit of radiation. I was going to say never hurt nobody, but obviously patently false based on what we just witnessed here. This exclusion has now been cleared up at least a smidge relative to where it was. Don't know if I'd want to bring my kids on by or anything like that, but it's definitely looking better. And perfect. +6 Ring of Intelligence, 100% I would like this. So, what do we drop this time around? Let's take a quick peek through, shall we? A Staff of Fire, again, kind of nice, but not completely necessary. Ooh, unless we come up against like fire and ice at the same time. Then I'll regret not having that around. Let's get rid of Wand of Charming, since we're not using them too much. Similarly, Enchant Weapon, Enchant Armor, those can hit the road running here for the time being. Let's give me that Intelligence Ring. That is fantastic. Which should give us a decent chunk of spell power as long as cast rates for all of our current selection that we have going. Let's see, Necrophage is nearby. I'm not too worried about the Necrophage. Shockingly enough, tiny little baby monster that we've killed multiple of. Even before we had anything but poison at our disposal, we were on board there, so... Needless to say, I'm a bit of a pro when it comes to those bad boys. And we're back with our ghoulish pal here. Just so much gosh darn health, my friend. Can hope for lucky lightning bolts, but because that's not guaranteed... Let's just lead you on a bit of a walk here. In fact, I probably should try and fight them and use water to my advantage. Or just kill them with lightning bolts. There is always another ghoul I should have known. They'll get you, those ghouls. They're tricky little sons of guns. How dare they? Well, we'll head back down this stairwell for the time being, and let's double check. What are we waiting for? Or rather, what's waiting for us? 8-headed Hydra. Yeah, don't love it. But we can keep it at a safe distance here, using IMB at least. And so it has that going for it. And last but not least, irradiates to seal the deal. Get the freshness sealed in there. Oh my god, they were ghoul mates? That's a great reference. Curari darts on you, hey? How about that, you son of a gun? Well, let's just get all of you bad boys poisoned up, and wouldn't you know it, you're all dead. Fantastic. Now that's the kind of gameplay that I'm looking for in life. Seems like the one area that we haven't finished exploring yet is probably the rune vault itself. The one and only. So we'll see how things go down. It definitely looks to be a lot of dragon and hydra things. I thought we were dealing with some kind of undead theme for a bit there. Honestly, it's just kind of all over the place, which is mildly concerning in its own right. Let's definitely bring you back to the stairwell, my friend. And that is fantastic. I'm less excited about this. I guess undead things and a bunch of these poison resistant dragons. It's all just business, baby. And business is not very good in this economy. We're having some troubles. But I still think we can make it by. Oopsie daisies. Let's head down there. Perfect. Okie dokie, my friends. Come one, come all. See the show tonight. And fantastic. Hey, Brain, how's it going? Nice to see you, of course, as always. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks for dropping on by. Have you been playing any DCSS for the tournament, or anything of note lately in general, really, at the end of the day? Always happy to hear about what's going on your side of the old Twitch sphere. Well, this is a dead end. I don't know what the heck it was that I was thinking, but it was not a great plan at the end of the day. Let's start channeling magic, and that will hopefully just give me enough magic for infinite pushbacks. Fantastic. Thanks, Sif. Sif being quite the homie there, to say the least. But against you, we can probably afford a little bit of radiation. 5 heads, now that we can kind of deal with. And who else want what? Preferably only one of you? Oh, perfect. Yeah, if it's just you, my friend, then that works for me. Fantastic deal. You love to see it. If this is the Lyran Hydra, which I don't think it is, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the various sounds that show up in the text log. I feel like the big one themselves would have come out of the woodwork by now. At least that's what I keep telling myself, to give me some modicum of hope for success in the future, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Let's stop that. Well, after hitting the wrong key like 7 times, we did eventually get there. Fantastic. 4-headed Hydra. No, again, that's something that we can most likely deal with. And if you all want to line up, then we can finally use Lightning Bolt for its intended purpose, which is just absolutely annihilating groups of enemies when they decide to so neatly form these lovely little queues. Oops, let's not erupt in blasts of force unintentionally. Don't you hate it when that happens? A little premature mystic blasting going on. But if I can just rest up here, we can probably head back in to face off against that shambling mangrove after just a little bit of Hydra slaying action there. 4-head Hydra, the most terrifying of its kind. Oh, definitely. In terms of mental prowess, terrifying. But physically, maybe, just maybe manageable. And that's all we can really get out of it here. Haven't played DCSS lately, barely realized it was tournament time. Same here, and I don't have any excuse for it. I play DCSS, well, obviously, once a week. And I was very much not aware of the tournament. So that makes a large amount of sense for sure. Hello, my 5-head friend. Goodbye, my 5-head friend. Perfect. I know, exactly. Dr. Bart did say the same as well. Success, is that like a princess, but different? You know, it just might be. And hey, Spell Saber. Stream is going pretty well today. I'm a little bit out of sorts, bit physically sore, a bit tired. Just came back today from a decent trip and it ended with a bit of a drive, which usually puts me into a slightly sleepy mind state. At least when it finishes. I feel like I've tried so hard to overcompensate for being sleepy on the road that I like forcibly keep myself at a high alert state. And so generally that just means when I get home, I just crash. But still doing pretty fantastically and very much enjoying our time in the game here so far. I'm excited to also potentially get in a bit of tournament play over the course of the next week or so here, but we'll see how everything shakes out because I just took some time off from work. I don't know if everything is just caught on fire, and as soon as I get back into the office, I'm going to be scrambling to catch up. But I'm sure it'll be fine enough to at least get some good time in to have some fun with a squad. I'm assembling a team of individuals with particular skills and all that. So can't complain. How are you doing though? I hope you're having a great weekend to say the least. Always lovely to see you drop by these parts. Oh right, we never picked up that spellbook. How about that? Guess no real desperate need to. Everything in due time. Nice, Spell Saber. I'm very, very happy to hear that. It's always nice when things are going swimmingly across the board. And okie dokie, my friends. One day you'll be close enough. There we go. Fantastic. You did a board game stream with friends yesterday, so that was awesome. Today's been a lazy day. That sounds like just about the perfect mix. I absolutely adore board games though. What were you playing? That was a huge part of the camping trip that I just went on with my partner and some friends. Definitely spent most of our nights playing various board games, a few drinking games that I haven't played since I was a young adult, so that was pretty fun to get back into. Yeah, pretty much the ideal weekend indeed. Today, still wanted by the government. They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem and no one else can help you, and you can find them, you can hire the A-team. That's the plan. We'll have a killer squad. Of course, there's never any pressure on our teams to perform to any level. I'm usually the lowest performing member of the team across the board. I like to say that it's because of frequency and I only have time for like 1 or 2 runs during the tournament, but I mean, we all know the truth. You did role player, then betrayal at Baldur's Gate. You got a scenario where you were DMing them and it was super funny to you? Nice. I've never heard of role player, but Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, I'm guessing is just a reskin of like, oh, I always forget what it's called. Is it Betrayal at Hill House? Is that what that one's called? I feel like I got it really confused because the same time that I started playing, oh gosh, Freudian slip there. But when I started playing Betrayal at Hill House was the same time that Haunting at Hill House came out on Netflix. And so my brain was just constantly mashing those two together. Which honestly, somebody should get on if they haven't yet. Business idea? Next hot thing? Betrayal at House on the Hill. Thank you. There we go. But nice. I've never played the Baldur's Gate skin of it. I loved Baldur's Gate growing up, so that would definitely jive with me. But I do really like Betrayal at House on the Hill. That's one of my top games just because it's so fresh every time. I haven't played it enough to where like all of the different scenarios that can unfold are well known whatsoever. So pretty much every time I think I've gone a different Betrayal or like a scenario. It's definitely a fun one. But role players making a D&D character mixed with Yahtzee, well, that definitely gets immediately written down in my journal here. Role player. That basically sounds like my partner's dream game because her favorite part about D&D is character creation. So if it is just character creation boiled down with some gamification, then she's gonna absolutely lose her mind at that. And yeah, that's what you really like about the game, right? Because between all the scenarios that can unfold, for anyone who hasn't played, again, my brain is broken, but anyone who hasn't played Betrayal at House on the Hill, essentially you start the game as just a party exploring through a haunted manor, and then at some point in the game, triggered by certain events, one of you becomes the betrayer. And so there's a bunch of scenarios. Sometimes they're like a vampire, they can be a mummy, all sorts of things, and they have different win conditions, and you start a bit of a competitive them against the rest of the party. So it's a super cool game, very unique, and I love that it's a mix of cooperation and competition. That was something I was actually talking with one of my friends out at the campsite with this week, is that I love cooperative games. They're probably my current favorite style of games. Mixed communication games, or rather being games that are based around communication or lack thereof, are also up there. But on top of that, if something gets both competitive and cooperative stuff into the mix, then it's probably going to fly by me, because I get competitive for sure with all sorts of board games. But there's something to, teamwork and needing to make sure you're working as a team that I very much enjoy. But yeah, role players, competitive character creation, really entertaining. You need to learn what all the expansions add, though. That's very cool. Or the other scenario that you had yesterday was the whole party was the traitor against one, which is an interesting twist. Ooh, yeah, I haven't seen that. And ooh, for co-op games, The Captain is Dead is really good. Don't Let It Die seems like a really good one as well. Nice. I'll have to check those out. Captain is Dead. Don't Let It Die. The Captain, maybe? Mix those up into a bit of a mashup. As for mixed communication or lack thereof, Mysterium Park and Concept. Concept I need to play more of. We've owned it for a long time, but we've only played it a few. Mysterium Park, is that just a reskin or a different version of Mysterium? Because I really like Mysterium. Mysterium, Deception / like Murder in Hong Kong. I think those are the two names for Deception. Both really solid ones in that department for sure. I've really liked, there's a game called Kitchen Rush that I need to play more of, that is essentially the video game Overcooked in board game form. So it's fully cooperative, you're all just employees in a kitchen, and it's all about like fast-paced teamwork and working your way through getting ingredients ready for each other, serving up meals in time. It's super cool, very fun. But not that you know of and you haven't played Mysterium. Mysterium Park is more along the lines of Dixit. So Dixit is another one I haven't heard of. I guess to boil it down, is Mysterium Park where you have a like series of clues you need to guess in Mysterium. I believe it's like person, murder weapon, and location. And then the ghost is like the playmaster of it all, and they're not allowed to talk, but they have to give images to the players, and the images have to lead you to which of the answers is correct. Oh yeah? Okay, cool. So yeah, I think it is a reskin. I love Mysterium. Mysterium is a big hit with people that I've shared it with, for sure. I love the, like, open interpretation of all the visual prompts. It sucks when you play too long with people. You definitely start to have some, like, quick little, I guess, hacks where, like, you know, the rat is always food, and so you know that. But it's still a lot of fun and always super cool to play with new people, because as soon as you get in different perspectives and different layers of interpolation, you never know how things are gonna go, which I love. Holy crap, Arug. Well, at least you're next to me and I don't have to worry about javelins. That's actually probably the ideal situation. Let's try not to get killed as I'm just fanboying over the various board games that I love, because there are just too many good ones out there. For people who like just relaxing, I guess depending on how you play it. I really like Azul and, oh, there is a stained glass version of it that I never... Sagrada. Sagrada and Azul are both gorgeous games that are very, like, thought-provoking and kind of methodical, which I like as well. Board games is just such a great industry right now. There's a plethora of just incredible games out there that I absolutely love and adore. So I definitely am always happy to get opportunities to try out any new ones that come my way. It's usually a pretty fantastic time, to say the least. Dr. Power, you having a bunch of fun with Quiplash on our Sheepstake stream? Quiplash is just a classic. Most of the Jackbox games I very much stand for. Yeah, that's been a big hit. That's something that I even tried to get all of my family into, tried to organize big Discord calls and force them to play it with me. Most of them love the game. Not all of them are gamers, so they had a bit more issue with the kind of communication over Discord aspect, but such a sweet game. And I love how, I guess, accessible Jackbox is. The fact that only one person owns it and the rest just need a phone, which we pretty much all have on us all the time anyway. So it's such a hit with a lot of different kind of friend groups that I frequent, for sure. Quiplash definitely being up there in the overall rankings. Ooh, let me maybe get... Oh, no acquirement? Nope, still just brand weapon. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I'll drop that bad boy right away, and we'll just get back on the road. If all of Snake is this empty, I'd be down. Very much be down with that. Unfortunately, I don't believe that to be the case. You're probably poison resistant, right? Yeah, that makes a large amount of sense. All these dang snakes know what they're doing, unfortunately. But man, yeah, now I'm just lost in the annals of all the fantastic games. I especially love talking with people who enjoy board games, because it's such a varied field and there are so many out there that there's like no way one person can possibly experience everyone. And so it's so great for getting recommendations or hearing about various themes that can always get me really excited, for sure. I have a couple of coworkers at my job that I really need to start organizing some game nights with, because they're huge fans of board games as well. And so I'm excited to experiment with that. I don't know, however, if I want to experiment with this Anaconda and Mana Viper. That seems like a frightening combo. Absolutely, you love chatting about them. You've been trying to work them into stream for a little while now because you want to do community nights from it. That's really cool. Yeah. If I was better at networking and had a better schedule for getting together with people, I'd love to do something similar. I've always been really jealous of, I think Arctos Major does game nights every Wednesday, and it always seems like an absolute ball. Super fun time. So that's really neat, Spellsaber. I'll hopefully be able to catch you for one of those. Unfortunately, don't get a lot of time these days to watch Twitch, at least not in my spare time, but I would love to make it for sure. Do you have a schedule for that? Or is it kind of just whenever you're in the vibe, in the mood? So I'll definitely try to make it out sometime just to see you play. Because a lot of board games, I also just enjoy watching others play. It's fun to live vicariously through friends. No worries, you completely understand work schedules making it hard. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've always been fairly, like, bad with communication. All of my best friends in real life pretty much have to go by faith that we're still best friends because, like, one of my best friends I haven't talked to for probably 6 months. I'm just not a very good person when it comes to things like that. And so that definitely skews over into my ability to schedule with people. I'm sure it'd be an absolute nightmare to work with. But you're thinking of trying to make it bi-weekly? Don't know yet? This is your first time doing it? Oh, very cool. I'll definitely have to just keep an eye out and check in every once in a while and see if I can catch you in one of those days, because that's super cool. Love that. Alright, let's head back to regular dungeon for the time being here. Snake probably looking like a no-go for the moment here. Brug was the only exception on this map. Let's get the heck out of that. Or rather, get rid of it real quick. Fantastic. What did I leave here? Ah, this was Jorgen. Why, hello there, my friend. I'd like to not be petrified, so let's start here. And on the flip side, is there anything I can do from you or to you or for you? Any of the above? I guess start poison, throw in some lightning, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening, and you're dead. Okay, well that worked. Sometimes it just works. Similarly, Centaur Warrior goes down. Let's get rid of the exclusions now that we're just murdering everything that they were originally placed for. Anywho, minus this one. I think the doorway, I never trust doors. And perfect time to get rid of it right as we were heading back to check it out. Fantastic. Artifact Sling, not great as a stat stick, so I think I'll leave that alone for now. And who are you two doing in there? Having a good time, I hope. And perfect color of ugly things to exploit with our given abilities here. Fantastic. You do love to see it. Yeah, otherwise not a heck of a lot to exclaim about here. I'm pretty happy with how the run is going, especially if this book there and back probably doesn't have statue form. Yeah, it seemed to be more of a teleportation theme, but hey, still not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. Feel that could work out in our favor in the future as I get absolutely blasted by these sons of guns. Well, run away. I guess rather than blowing them away, I should have been doing a little bit of a radiation action, but hey, hindsight and all of that. Did we see our orc shops? We did. So we ended up picking up, I think it was just a decent number of potions. There was this whip, but I think we might be past that now. I guess Potion of Magic might be intelligent to pick up. Scroll of Fear, we haven't used our one yet. It probably would be useful to have a couple on us just in case things really go sideways, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Let's see, what are you? Is this poison? Some positive energy, see invisible but noisy. Yeah, it's probably going to be a no from me, dog. And geez Louise. Stop that, but that should at least kill you. And then that should kill you. Fantastic. Ugly thing. Crowds, not the end of the world for sure. A bit scary at times, but nothing we can't handle at the very least, which is fantastic. And similarly, I'm hoping the rest of the floor goes in that direction as well. Let's keep you off of us, my friend, and we'll just keep in the usual routine here. And stop that Cyclops friend. Fantastic. So we're getting pretty close to another little bit of a stopping point or a wall. Okay, I got very lucky there. I actually think I could have died going back up that stairwell. Whoopsie daisies. Let's not do that again. Sigma will no longer grant me books, but Civ... Please, I desperately need statue form. Just any day now. I mean, at the very least, I guess I can keep all these sons of guns off my tail here without too much issue, so that's kind of nice. Do I bother fighting a salamander? 16 extra fire damage. Yeah, let's bring you to me. And beautiful. Ooh, shapeshifter. That could have ended up turning into all matter of hellscapes, but hey, we get out of there in one piece, not too shabby. And what else can we do here? What else do we have at our disposal? I guess still one more stairwell to check out. I can also do a quick peek to see if ignition is at all coming down. 99%, so it's about to start the climb. 16 probably isn't going to cut it. I think we're going to have to go to 20, unfortunately. And while we let that simmer, how do I stay alive? A bit more fighting could do all right, get some health going. No matter how you slice it, it's going to be a little bit of a tough run. We at least have air magic and some transmutations already up, so all I need is for Stormform to fall into my lap, and we're happy, good to go, and feeling fantastic. So that's the dream plan here at the very least. We'll see how well it goes down at the end of the day. Also not liking just how many vaults themed enemies we're finding here, but could be an indication that vaults is actually our best place to go. That sounds super wrong to say aloud. I imagine it's going to be an absolute nightmare, a hellscape, much as we were alluding to earlier. But hey, I'd love to be proven wrong. Nothing wrong about that for sure. And just keep blasting you sons of guns with the classic combo. Burn and poison, baby. You as well are resistant to poison, susceptible to cold. Got fire, of course, on your end. Weird place to find an Ifrit for sure, just chilling around all the water over here, but I mean, who am I to judge? To each their own. I'm glad that you're able to blow past the stereotypes that I'm sure plague your species across the board. And do right. First things first, Ring of Fire is definitely on the list here. Swap it out. And then you, I don't think, had any special lightning things going on for you, so that I'd love to see. Messing up our own lightning, less lovely, but we still get there eventually. We did make a decent amount of noise in our efforts, so who knows what's going to come blasting out at us here, but I'm sure it won't be anything we can't handle if we ever found ourselves too deep in the past. Doesn't sound like me. But absolutely fantastic. We're definitely getting through here slowly but surely. So Fire Dragon, we're at least currently using our fire resistance shenanigans, so we should be at least half decent to deal with you, my friend. Similarly, the Yaktar's in a vacuum. No real issues whatsoever. Wait, not electricity. That seems like a dumb thing to use against somebody whose literal profile image here is a man surrounded by electricity. And imagine that being not great, but turns out I was wrong. You're not at all resistant. You just have cool scarves, maybe? Well, in that case, get blasted or not. We'll hit you one of these days, my friend. Any day now. Okay, don't know if either of these are real, and in fact, they are not at the end of the day. So, whoopsie daisies, but we got there regardless. No real issues. There are our entrance to depths as well. Let's make you come to me, my friend. Fantastic. And another of freight as well. So you, my friend, we have to bring out to somewhere a bit more explored, seeing as how the majority of our spells make just an absurd amount of noise. Doesn't seem too intelligent to push our boundaries too far in regards to all the friends that could come our way. But hey, we got here in the end at the very least. And it's probably worth it blowing you up just for the ones it does affect. Hello, my Catoplebis friend. How are you this fine evening? There you are. Dead was the answer, by the way, to any of you who were left wondering. Dead is how they were feeling, which I love, personally. I'm very down with that. For them, not so much on my end. Call me selfish, but I guess that's just how I do be at the end of the day.